Yo, yo, yo. What up, peoples? Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing well. Another beautiful day, dude, for gaming, man. We got video gaming news for today, August 30th. And then we'll be playing, I think this will be day 16 of Fallout New Vegas, man. Should be finishing up the Big Mountain DLC today. Excuse me. We got Blasphemous 2 wrapped up yesterday. Game is a banger, dude. It is really good. If you like Metroidvanias, the first one's fantastic. Second one's very good too. Fantastic experiences as far as Metroidvanias go. Highly, highly recommend. You can expect to get roughly probably 25 to 30-ish hours out of each one at a roughly 20. Well, I mean, the first game nowadays you can get on sale for roughly about $5, $6, $7, something like that, US. But the Blasphemous 2 right now I think you can get for probably roughly 20, 25 bucks, just the base game. And very, very good. Very good. Really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Ferret, you just dog-faced me. Dude, did it even work? I wasn't even looking at OBS, dude. What's up, buddy? What's up? So, yeah, highly recommend. But we'll be getting back into Fallout New Vegas today. Looks like when we get back, man, it was great since I didn't notice. Yeah, those are usually the better ones whenever I'm not paying attention. How you doing, buddy? So back into Fallout New Vegas today. I think so I've been announcing, obviously we're live today, which normally we wouldn't be. Normally Wednesdays are an off day. 6 days a week we're live. Usually Wednesdays are the down day for us. But I'm live today because Friday will only be about a 6-hour stream day. And then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the stream will be down. I'm taking a bit of a end of summer kind of hiatus from streaming to spend time with the fam, man. We're doing a little bit of a family thing for the end of summer, and I'm just not going to stream those days. So hopefully everybody understands. I do this as often as I can because I enjoy it. I love it very much, and the only reason I really take a day off each week is to try and catch up on really a lot of content stuff. You know, it's a thing I need for that. Otherwise I would continue to do 7 days a week, which I had done for the majority of, you know, my time streaming so far the past 2 years. But you know, we will be down Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but we'll be back on Tuesday. Looks like we got a little bit of probably not for sure yet, but kind of for sure. I've been touching base with our buddy Tinwin. Most people understand that, and I appreciate that, Ferret. Yeah, very much, dude. So I do appreciate that. Buddy Tinwin has some beta access stuff going on for Endless Dungeon. And we're probably going to play a little bit of that after I get back. So with Tinwin, and I don't know if we'll get somebody else in on that or what. We'll figure that out as we move forward. It'd probably be like more like weekend content or something. But for a little bit after we get back, we'll be doing a little bit of some Endless Dungeon stuff. Tinwin's bought into this. He's been playing it already. He's got some buddy passes he's acquired to be able to give out to play the beta, and he has been kind enough to offer one of those up to myself so that we can all enjoy a little bit of the beta access here in the channel. So I'll probably be playing some of the beta access of Endless Dungeon with our buddy Tinwin, and we'll get to experience a little bit of that, man. He's already gotten to play some of the like early access stuff of it, more like alpha stuff, I think. Whereas this is a true kind of beta thing for them. So he'll be able to explain that a little bit more. I'm not quite as educated on that entire process they've gone through yet, but that's kind of the gist of it I get so far. But that ought to be cool. We ought to have some fun with that. It'll probably be more like some weekend content moving forward. But yeah, that's something probably for us to look forward to a little bit, as well as, you know, any other games that come out and stuff like that. Which the end of the month, the end of September, we've got Payday 3, which I'm really looking forward to playing, and then moving into Scaretober. We got Scaretober coming. It's coming. It's right around the corner, baby. So pretty excited about that. We got a lot of fun stuff coming, man. We really do. But on that note, now that we've got all that talked about, let's go ahead and dive in here, man. Let's do this this video gaming news stuff. Ferret. Hold on. You reminded me. I did. Yeah, I meant to take pictures of it, dude, and I totally forgot. It's a trifold with like so this is kind of my little toolkit, dude. This is my toolkit. So it's even got like all those like tools for like frying stuff. It's got like the little plastic utensils for prying open parts and stuff like that. No, it's not iFixit. I got it off of Amazon, I think, but you can see right here as well, dude. You see all my bits. It's got 2 pages of bits right there, and then another one on the back end. Yeah, dude. Yeah, this thing has got a crazy amount of stuff inside. It wasn't very expensive either. It's got 2 different actual drivers. This one actually extends as well, which is kind of nice, you know what I mean? So this guy is has been really cool. I'll try to find the link to it, man. But this guy has been very useful for me as far as working on electronics and stuff, man. Oh, nice, dude. Land Wars giveaway. Yeah, sick, dude. Yeah, this guy has been really good, man, ever since I found that. So I meant to take some pictures of it and put it in Discord, and then this morning I was going through and I meant to do it again this morning and I forgot, and then I saw you and I was like, oh, I need to just go ahead and show him. This thing's a banger though. I'll try to find the link to it on Amazon. It's really useful, dude. It's really useful. Yeah. This thing is about anything, dude, that I've needed to work on ever since I've purchased it, that needs like you know, any kind of bit or anything like that. This thing has it, man. And as well as like just the other little useful parts of like plastic instead of metal for like prying like I said, these plastic pieces off or whatever, so you're not like scuffing them up or like putting indentations on them and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly, dude. A lot of those kinds of things are inside of there, man. So it's really nice. They've got, I mean, it's got I know it's not necessarily video game news right now, but screw memory mat in here for like anything that you're taking apart. A lot of the it's got a ton of like picks. I always call them picks because they look like guitar picks, you know what I mean? But basically for prying apart screens, little screens and stuff like that, or any little electronic parts, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's got a ton of things in here, man, and it's really useful. Basically become my go-to equipment, man. It's good stuff. I'll try to put the link in Discord. Yeah, they look like guitar picks. Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. Cool. I'll try to remember. If I leave it on my desk here, it'll remind me to grab the link and throw it in Discord before I put this thing up. But yeah, for anybody that's interested, man, it's a really nice little toolkit, and I think I got it off of Amazon, so I'll try to put it in there. Let's get into the news, man. Let's go. Starfield preloads are now live on Steam. You only need 150 gigabytes of space. the game only takes roughly 140 gigs, but you should be prepared for about 150 gigs of space, in my opinion, just to be sure you don't run into any issues. Unpacking and installation, all that stuff with files, you know. So just to be safe, I would say make sure on PC you've got somewhere around 150 gigs of space open, just to be very, very, not to incur any kind of issues. You don't need that much space. What are they saying? It's like 138 to 140 gigs, I think, of space they're saying you need for Starfield. What are we talking here? Oh, they're saying on PC 125. See, we heard different. I heard it was 125 for Xbox, but like closer to 140 for that's what we had read in the news. It was closer to 125 for a console, but closer to 140 for PC. I wonder if this is wrong. Interesting. Well, we'll see. All right. But it's live because the game releases on the 1st. What up, Davey? What's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Oh, dude, I can turn my music off too. I'm just sitting here jamming out. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. I think that oh, nice, Davey. GG's, bro. Sick, dude. Nice. Again, from what we read yesterday, I've got a few concerns about maybe the PC performance of the game anyways. Which is what I would be playing it on. The Starfield for me, I'm interested in potentially playing the game at some point. I've enjoyed Bethesda games for a long time. We're playing one today. But Bethesda's lost an amount of stock with me. You know what I mean? I think they have with a lot of people over the past probably half decade, to 6-7 years, something like that. And I think that a lot of people are a bit reluctant. I've said this for quite a while now in the lead up to the release of Starfield. I don't think there's quite as much hype for a lot of people as there is anticipation as to what this game is actually going to be coming from Bethesda, right? So, is it going to be content and performance wise? To be fair, Bethesda usually does a pretty solid job content wise in their games. But they have had some issues over their recent history of games, and that has led people to, I think, be a bit skeptical about what Starfield might be bringing to the table, right? And in my opinion, and personally, I am just going to sit back and wait and see what reviews say about the game before I decide whether I want to take a dive into it at some point in the near future or not. That's the way I address things in the industry now. Same thing with Armored Core. I was really stoked about Armored Core. It looked like something that could be a lot of fun. I love mech games. But, I didn't want to buy into it day one because the last From Software game that released on PC released in a pretty bad performing state, and that's all it really takes for me. So I think Starfield's in that kind of, for Bethesda, of a company that, to be fair, has a lot of fans and a lot of people will buy into it day one. At least it is on Game Pass, so a lot of people will get to try it out in that capacity. And if you are really interested in playing the game but you don't think it's going to be worth that full price tag, then Game Pass is probably a good option for you. Try it out on Game Pass. See what you think. That way, if you don't really enjoy what you're experiencing there will be a plethora of other games you can get your hands on and give a shot. You know what I mean? But for me, it's definitely one of those games where I'll be hanging out and waiting to see some reviews and see what other people are thinking about the game before I decide whether I want to take a deep dive into that kind of title. Because it's definitely one of those games where, from what it looks like, if I was going to play it, I would need a legitimately solid amount of time to dive into that game. With the main quest line taking roughly 35 to 40 hours, plus any kind of side content that you wanted to really flesh out and experience in full, taking probably roughly another 100 to 150 hours, it's probably going to be somewhere between 150 to a 200-hour playthrough. I am guesstimating, for somebody like myself. And I want to know for sure that I want to play that game before I decide to dive into it. And at that kind of price point too. But at least it is on Game Pass for people that are interested and don't really think that don't think that it could potentially be worth investing a AAA price point on. So at least there's that, I guess. Diablo 4 gets its first major discount 3 months after launch, and it's a big one. All right. What else we got here? Yeah, it was. I mean, that's not really a surprise, at this point. Now, I mean, are they talking all time sales? I doubt it, right? Or maybe they are. Hmm. Yeah, this is like sells on a weekly basis, right? So it's not like all time or anything like that. Change in rank compared to previous week. I think that's how that's going. Is that correct? I would need to break this down and see. But dude, it has overtaken Counter-Strike now. It overtook Counter-Strike. This article is actually saying that sits in second place. When did this come out? Today. This came out today. And within the time that this article was written and published, it has now overtaken Counter-Strike. Interesting. Sea of Stars is up there too. Nice, dude. We actually need to look at Sea of Stars reviews on Sea of Stars. So far, it looks like it's pretty good, actually. But we'll take a look. We'll take a look. But yeah, I mean, it's not a real big surprise that Starfield is way up there right now. It's been a long time since we had a Bethesda release. This is a big deal for a lot of people, man. Nintendo has announced they got a direct coming. We heard there's going to be one in September, but shut up. Oh, it's tomorrow, dude. It's tomorrow. Yo, we actually found out about a Nintendo Direct beforehand. Good night. Yo, tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning at 9. It'll be right after our news segment, dude. So, yeah, dope. Cool. So we'll watch this tomorrow right after we finish the news. We'll just, before we start playing games, we'll watch Nintendo Direct. Cool. That'll be a play. Nice, nice. Very neat. We heard rumors there was going to be one in September, but apparently it's going to be right there on the cusp of leading us into September. Actually, instead, Gaming Bible get wrecked. I don't care. I don't like that site, dude. Well, let me go ahead and do this. That way we don't forget to look at Sea of Stars this morning. Make sure we got that up. Baldur's Gate 3 is changing one of its endings. I don't really want to click on this. I don't want to click on this because I don't want to be spoiled on anything, but apparently they're changing one of their endings because they got a lot of criticism for it. That's weird. 1 second. Looks like GOG's got an autumn sale. Take a look at that. Glass Breakers? New VR, multiplayer VR title, huh? Okay, see what that is. Oh, dude, they got those cards? What? Yeah, do you guys remember all those cards that were stolen here recently at Gen Con? It was like $300,000 worth of stolen gaming cards. Apparently they were recovered. Let's take a look at that. I know it's not video gaming news, but dude, that's interesting. I wonder how they tracked those down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good for them. Yeah, no doubt, dude. That was a big thing. It kept coming up in the news. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster delayed indefinitely. Konami announces. Interesting. Huh. I wonder why. We already saw this. This is all speculation. Horizon multiplayer game release date speculation. News and more. I'm not going to dive into that, dude. I'm not big about like the you want to like theory craft about. I mean, even though I mean, look, there's reasoning for it from time to time. I'll theory craft on things sometimes too, but a lot of times these websites do it in an attempt to like generate clicks. It's like a clickbaity kind of thing, and they don't really have anything substantial to go off of. So it's usually whenever I do it, whenever I'm like pushing out some kind of theory about what I think might happen, I have something substantial to run off of, and a lot of times these websites just seem like it's something to like generate, it's to bait clicks, dude, and that's why I like to stay away from it. I don't know. I've talked enough about Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. I talked about it yesterday. We've watched the trailer and everything a couple days before that too, so I'm gonna stay away from it for now. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, to be fair, like hopefully the game's good. I don't expect much out of it. I just don't. If anything, I think it's gonna be show a lot of similarities to something like Far Cry coming out of Ubisoft. It'll be like kind of like a Far Cry game with a Avatar overlay on it, like skinned with Avatar. I don't know. But I'm not expecting a whole lot personally, but I always hope that all games are good. You know what I mean? And we'll see what happens with it. Excuse me. This is talking about WrestleQuest. Unfortunately, WrestleQuest is pretty bad. Apparently, I was planning on playing that too. Uh, I feel actually pretty fortunate they delayed the game, because had they not delayed the game, I probably would have played it on release. It's actually gone up. It's gone up, mostly positive now, 73%. Let's take a look at this. Take a look at the reviews here. Yeah. Dude, originally on release, this game was getting really, really bad reviews. But it looked really good. Um, it was getting. Let me see. Let me see. Let's see this graph here, dude. See, on release, it was like just as many negative as positive, and then it's kind of pulled away a little bit. Let's look at the. I'll probably continue to watch it. And see. Find that chart. You can always find those charts right up here under the show graph. There's a little drop down for showing graph, and the longer a game's been out, the more options you'll have there. You can display a summary, all that stuff. But on the graph side of things, the longer a game's been out, oh yeah. This is actually really nice to see, because you can actually just click on these two. You can just click on the positive side on the release date. You can click on the negative side and see all those. It's a really nice thing they've done. And you can also so what it'll do is the longer a game's been out, the more options you'll have on the graph side of things too for like recent reviews or all time graph or whatever. It's actually pretty dope. But yeah, so luckily, dude, this has gone up for them. It's at a 73 of 100 or a 7.3 out of 10 right now. Of only 100 reviews though. This is not a significant amount of data for reviews to go off of. Let's look at the Metacritic on this real quick too. That's about right there in line. We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it. Okay. We'll see how it's doing. It's doing a little bit better than it was on release, which is good. That's good. So it got delayed by a couple of weeks, which is why we didn't play it. I planned on playing it on the 8th of August, which is when it was supposed to release for us initially. And then last minute it got delayed, which unfortunately put it like almost right in line with it was going to release like a couple of days before Blasphemous 2. Blasphemous 2 was not going to be missed by me. Obviously, that's a game where I already had a really solid um with the developer of Blasphemous 2, I feel really comfortable with them, right? Already. Because of Blasphemous 1, I knew that I would have a good experience with Blasphemous 2, or I had a pretty solid feeling I would, right? I'm comfortable with that developer. And whereas WrestleQuest, I don't really know anything about them. The game looked dope, and I was planning on playing it on release. And had it come out originally on its original release date, I probably would have bought it and played it because it just looked cool. But the fact that it delayed and was coinciding pretty close with Blasphemous's release date made me hold off on it. Luckily, because it did seem like a lot of people were not enjoying it on release. So we'll take a look at it and see what's up with it right now. It at least does look like after a little bit more time and more people have gotten to try it, it's at least trending up from where it was originally, which is good to see. Yep, we'll watch that tomorrow. Nintendo Direct. Yeah, Larian is discussing potential Baldur's Gate 3 DLC. Of course. This game is insanely popular, and as a developer, you've got to consider riding that wave, right? Um, that just makes sense. They've already stated that their next game won't be anything to the same magnitude of what the size of what Baldur's Gate 3 is. The scope of a game like Baldur's Gate 3. They've already said that they're going to be working on something a bit less massive, a bit less extensive. Hopefully will be very good no matter what it is, but don't expect something as big as Baldur's Gate 3 no matter what the genre of the game is. But if they're not considering doing, getting a project rolling on DLC for this game, that'd be a bit of an oversight, I think. Just because it is a business, and that this is a very, very, very popular title. Honestly, it looks like they've got an iconic title on their hands for the history of gaming, and to not play off of that in the near future in some kind of DLC would seem like a misstep. So it just is appropriate that they're considering making DLC for this game, right? Even as massive as it is already, that would make sense. Looks like we've got some streamers that will reportedly be able to start live streaming Starfield about 8 hours before the early access period begins. That's usually normal. They've got certain content creators they're going to be collaborating with to give early access to, right? Um, yeah, me too, Ferret. Me too. Yeah, I mean, seeing what they're doing right now, and you know, it's been real refreshing. It's been real refreshing to see them do something of this magnitude, and keep it without the scummy side of what we see so often in the gaming industry. There's always that concern that something that creates this much, you know, buzz around a company, it's obviously going to make them bigger, and hopefully they don't lose sight of what has led them to this point. You know what I mean? Maintaining that core of being a great gaming developer instead of turning into what we've seen so many of the other scummy businesses turn into, whether it be Blizzard or EA or, yeah, I mean, you name it, dude. There's so many of them out there that have just turned into absolute scum fests, and it's terrible to watch. It's terrible to deal with, and hopefully Larian will stay the course. And I think this is one of those things I talk about all the time. You don't have to turn into one of those companies that is just greed ridden to be successful in the industry. I think there's definitely something to be said for the companies that continue to do things the right way. You can thrive. You can thrive, and you can be very, very, very profitable in this industry. I would say for the long haul, even more so, probably by um, listening to your fan base and your consumer base and the community about taking care of them while you're still making great content and everything. That's where you're going to continue to be looked at and lifted up as something great in the industry. Whereas there are so many of these companies that seem too big to fail. You know what I mean? People still buy into their products and everything because they have become so large, but people talk all the time about how much they hate them. You know, it would suck to see Larian turn into something like that. You know, hope not, dude. But they do seem like a company that's very, very devoted to listening to their fan base and their player base and stuff like that. And if they continue to do that, I think that they'll stay the course. I think the thing that's good for Larian is that it's just Larian. They're nobody's over them, right? I don't think, anyways. I think Larian is just Larian. Oh yeah, what's that, dude? Wait, what? Xbox, Microsoft Store owners of Destiny couldn't play because their games wouldn't update. Oh, wild, dude. Nice. Yeah. So, yeah. Larian is just Larian, dude. They're not. Now they're a big company, right? You can see this. Like we knew they were over 450. They're over 400 employees. I knew they were over 400 employees, But this is like kind of one of those rarities in the industry anymore. To see a company this big that isn't like hasn't been absorbed by another bigger company at this point, you know. Um, Backing, Davey. They got backing. Is that what you mean? Um, well, dude, if you look, I mean, they've probably been tried to be bought out many times previous to this. We just probably don't know about it. You know what I mean? Um, to be fair, they probably tried to get bought out as soon as they got the rights to Baldur's Gate, just because Baldur's Gate is such a and to be fair, I mean, even before that, with all the Divinity stuff they've done, Divinity's been very good for them, and they've done a great job with Divinity, right? So, um, like to think that no other company has come to the table for them and been like, "Yo, how would you like to become a subsidiary of Microsoft or Sony or you know what I mean?" I think that's uh, I would I would be surprised if they hadn't had numerous offers at this point to be bought out. You know, Um, oh, well, there you go, dude. There you go. Yeah. I mean, apparently Microsoft did consider trying to buy Larian. Yeah. So, I mean, whether or not they actually got to the table with Larian or not, I don't know. But and yeah, I'm not quite sure about that, Davey. I'm not educated on that as far as Larian goes. Um, yeah, I mean, Pillars of Eternity. Those games by Obsidian were definitely kickstart games. Those were backed games. But I'm not sure how much of Larian stuff you could probably look in here in this Wikipedia page and see. But I'm not sure how much of Larian stuff was actually like part of a backed kind of thing. But they are a private studio, right? They're a privately held studio, which is awesome. I mean, you don't see this hardly anymore by a company that's this big and has been around this long since they're going on 30 years now. 30 years for this studio, and it shows that they've this is one of those things I talk a lot about in the industry too, right? Like progression, watching developers continue to progress and get better rather than regress and do worse. Larian, I think, has continued to show that over time they've learned and gotten better, and they're not a small business, dude. They 400 to 450 employees. That's a large studio, dude. Um, Davey. Yeah, I mean, EA is going to mess with everything they can get their hands on. But I mean, this is why I think it's a great example of what a studio can do whenever they don't give in to being acquired. Becoming a subsidiary, it's inevitable that things get jacked up in that process. Unfortunately, almost always. I think that there are occasions where, and I think it's appropriate, honestly. I To be fair, dude, I think Microsoft usually leaves studios alone for the most part if studios have shown that they are pretty good at doing what they do. I mean, we can see like Tango. Tango's actually under Bethesda, who is under ZeniMax, who is under Microsoft. Tango, you know what I mean, has continued to do good stuff, and I don't feel like they've really had to deal with a whole lot of people having their hands in their you know dabbling in what they do or telling them what they need to be doing. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Davey. Yeah, Kickstarter is what Obsidian did, but there are different ways to get backing. Kickstarter is just one of the most notorious, infamous kind of ways to get it done. Right? It's still just backing. It's like community backing to get funding for your projects and stuff. There are different ways, different sites, different organizations that you can run through to get it done. But Kickstarter is one of the more famous ones. Um, yeah, but and I mean, to be fair, I think Microsoft kind of let Arcane, was it Arcane that did Redfall, right? It would no, is it? Who did Redfall? Why am I tripping right now? It is Arcane, right? Yeah, it's Arcane. Yeah, and I mean, I don't. I think that Arcane had shown over a long period of time that they have been good at doing what they did, and so they just let Arcane kind of do their thing, you know. But I don't know. I mean, I could be totally wrong there, you know, at the same time. I think that's where you have to in this industry where it, you know, that's like um it's almost like it's obviously business being business, the business side of the gaming industry. It's who can you, you know, you get bigger, who do you acquire? That makes you bigger, who do you acquire next? That makes you even bigger, then who do you take? You know, and that's what we've seen a lot of these like big organizations take on, you know, this kind of premise of just absorbing as much as they can. And okay, yeah, I get it. That's like part of business quite often. Take over the competition and make them part of you. That way they're no longer competition and they're actually doing things for you instead. But I think there's something to be said for whenever you do that, you know, really taking a hard look at how much do you actually meddle with their process? You know, do you actually mess with their process if you don't need to? You know, we've seen so often where that happens and developers just get screwed up. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Fair. Yeah. 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 Um and Davey, I don't know. I'm not quite sure about the whole like how much Larian has had public backing for any of their stuff, but I did link that if you wanted to read about it. It's something that maybe I should try to get more educated on. I'm not sure. Obsidian absolutely did with the pillar stuff for sure. Yeah, I do know that for a fact. Um and I think that there's definitely something to be said for, I mean, because it's like micromanaging, right? It's basically micromanaging from like a meta level, right? Um, yeah, 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 dude. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great quote, dude. It's like micromanaging from a meta level. It's taking on these organizations and then going, you know, I need to make sure that you're doing everything that I want you to do. And if there's no need in doing that, if those studios are already on the right track, if they're already taking care of good things, obviously there's going to be occasions where you go, you know, let's have a meeting, let's talk about what you're doing and what you know is best for your organization and our organization as far as you working for us and things like that. There are going to be those kinds of things that happen, but as far as the total process of what they are good at doing and working on and what they have in the pipeline and letting them just control their own process and not being messed with too much. I think that there's something to be said for letting those corporations do that. And I think that quite often it gets screwed up on you see companies that do very well for a long time being private, right? And then they get acquired and they just go downhill. And I can't help but think that a big part of that is because everything just gets screwed up after the acquisition because the parent company wants to have too much to do with the day to day. Instead of being like, we're here if you need us, and, you know, just managing from that kind of of point. You know, they're just constantly like, you know, just messing everything up that used to be a pretty well-oiled machine. You know, um, but I mean, you never quite know if you're not in there in the process and everything. But anybody that has been worked in an environment where you've had to deal with somebody that's a micromanager, you know what I mean? It's not a fun process. And usually it makes things way more convoluted and like complicated than things need to be, right? And I think that you can actually assimilate that same kind of concept to this situation as well. I think there are a lot of companies that acquire other companies and they just try to micromanage them to death to where they can't actually work on projects the way they used to in a very efficient and manner in which they were always pretty good at creating content, and it just screws everything up. It's the way it comes off to me anyways. I could be wrong, but that's the way it comes off. I don't know. All right, Davey. I hope you have a good day, buddy. GG's on getting that fight taken care of, man. Be safe at work, dude. Me Games, the developer behind Desperados and Shadow Tactics, is shutting down. Yeah, we'll see you later, buddy. Have a good one. Hmm. EA, get wrecked. Looks like there's a purple Xbox controller coming. Cool. Immortals of Avium. Look, we've looked at Immortals of Avium. TLDR, this game is being reviewed as basically like very mediocre. This is not a game that I think is really going to stick in anybody's minds for very long. As somebody who plays, if you play this game, it's a mediocre to maybe even subpar experience for most people. My recommendation here is for a game that's at a AAA price point, it's probably not close to being worth that price point. This is an EA published game developed by an EA subsidiary. So it's kind of expected for the game to have this quality of gameplay. Go look at Metacritic, go look at reviews on Steam. They're across the board really just meh. Um, as a baseline for what most people are going to experience, okay? And for what I would kind of advise people, 6 months from now, this game's going to hit EA Play. EA Play is something you get as part of Game Pass if you have a subscription. So if you're really interested in playing this game, just hold off. It's not worth that AAA price point. Wait 6 months, get a Game Pass subscription, which will cost you roughly 15, 16 bucks, probably tops. And then you'll get EA Play for a month as well, and you can play the game for a much lower price point if you're really, really interested in it. But don't feed this company with that amount of money for a game of this quality. It doesn't make sense. You know, that's my advice. The more you know. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I gotta we need a number of gifts, dude. And emotes and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. For sure. That's why I've got to. Dude, the past couple of weeks have been stupid busy for me, man. So I haven't really gotten to get a lot of content worked on. It's been crazy. The more you know. Yeah, I actually, you know what? I might I might have a decent one already made up. I might have a decent one that I could clip out pretty easily. No, I have a clip, I have a highlight where where I say something like, "If you don't know, now you know, chatters." It's basically a play off of Notorious B.I.G. You know what I mean? His lyrics. We could just turn that into a GIF. That would work too. Or I could just do the more you know, and then we could just clip that out. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's about all you need to know. So actually, the last word I changed to chatters in that clip. That's not the normal lyric. The rest of it's the same. If you don't know, now you know. But I changed it to chatters. The normal word for those lyrics, I won't say. You know. 'We've talked about all the PS Plus stuff coming. This is so funny, dude. Oh yeah, it was. He got booed out, dude, at a Valorant competition. No, it doesn't. It starts with an N. Yeah. 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 Now you know. 7 days to die coming to PS5. Is it going to be an early access there too? Yeah, this is one of those things. Like I've kind of ripped on 7 days to die because this game. Like, look at this. We played a little bit of it and everything, but I mean, this game has been in early access, dude. Early access since 2013. Almost 10 years now. This game has been in early access. Um I am not a fan of that being a thing. I don't think that's acceptable. Um I don't think games should be able to persist through an early access uh status beyond like probably like 3 years. I think 3 years is kind of the tops you should be able to be considered being in early access before you have to push out the full version of the game. Otherwise, you're done. You get delisted or something. I think it's stupid that you just get to be considered early access forever. I don't necessarily agree. I think early access is a great thing. for a lot of developers. But it seems stupid to me that so many developers just do this kind of thing where it's like, oh, well, we'll just be early access forever. Well, when does it stop though? You know, like when does it become an actual full game and then you add content to it or whatever, you know? Um there's got to be a point where the game hits a full release status, dude. 10 years of early access, that's just kind of asinine, dude. That seems really, really weird to me. So this is one of those things that's been a weird thing for me about 7 Days to Die for a long time. So I mean, is that what they're going to consider the PS5 version of it? And they're going to talk about that actually. Look, although the developers still have the game in early access and call each big update an alpha update. Yeah, okay. So I don't know. We'll see. Total War Warhammer 3 has been getting kind of blasted by their community here lately. Um I'm not this isn't worth diving into, but if you didn't know, we'll dive into the rest of these articles now, but Total War Warhammer 3, they basically like just they just like increased the price of all their DLC content without telling anybody they were going to do it, telling the community they were going to do it. Their more recent DLCs don't even include as much content as the previous stuff did. It seems like a really scummy thing. And my thing, like we read about this not too long ago, and I was kind of saying like, it'd be different. And they're talking about how the price of, and if you've looked at like Total War Warhammer 3, it's one of those games where the base game costs, and then there's a ton of DLC to buy too, right? So look at the recent reviews. Holy crap, dude! Over the last month, over 6,000 reviews at 12%. Yeah, they're getting blasted. Jesus, holy crap, dude! I didn't realize it was that bad. Yeah, they're getting absolutely obliterated. Um, so their all time reviews are going down really quickly too. Check this out. Let's show the graph. So you can see like when the game released, it was probably about 70% positive, something like that. But if you look at here recently, recent reviews, right? Look at how bad this is. They're getting blasted. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of this is because of the DLC stuff too. So if you look, I mean, Total War Warhammer 3, $60 price point, right? And then 20 DLC things for this game, right? And the most recent one is, from what I understand, pretty lackluster as far as content goes, but more expensive than any of the like previous, and the Forge of the Chaos Dwarfs. I think both of these are the ones they're talking about. These are the recent DLCs that have come out, and people are just really pissed, dude. They didn't talk to anybody. They didn't talk to the community about it. They didn't say, hey, you know, times have changed a little bit. Things have gotten a little bit more expensive. We need to prepare everybody for the fact that the DLC that we're pushing out for this game is potentially going to increase in price by a little bit. They didn't prepare anybody. They just did it. And then they tried to. So instead of being proactive about this, right, they decided to be reactive. So they just pushed out a price increase, um, pushed out a price increase, and then when they got blasted for it, they tried to like kind of make excuses, right? So the community is tearing them apart right now. Tearing them apart. Feels bad, dude. This is where, you know, we talk about quite often the relationship between developers and the player base and the fan base, the community, the consumer. I guarantee you that while they still probably would have had people giving them a little bit of guff about maybe the content not being as extensive as it should have been, or they expected it to be, things of that nature, it would have been at least received in a much better capacity had the company just been transparent and open and communicate with the players of this title in the first place about what was needing to happen here, instead of being reactive about this. And now they're getting torn apart. Heard Vermintide had some sort of update, DLC or something coming for Vermintide? 1 or 2? Probably 2, I guess. Vermintide 2 had an update not too long ago. The console version of Darktide is about to hit. We just talked about that, which Darktide is very badly reviewed as well. Vermintide 2 is on sale right now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. Check that out. Yeah, there's a Darktide. I just talked about that the other day. It's really sad to see. So yeah, actually, I mean, thanks for making me pull this up. But so apparently there's a Fat Shark developer sale right now. So Vermintide 2 is $6. You can get the Vermintide 2 content bundle for 20, which will be like most of the DLC and everything, I think, for the game, if not all of it. With the base game as well. So that's kind of cool. I think it'll have the base game. What's this bundle include? Yeah, it includes the base game, and then I think all the DLC and everything. Yeah, for $20. Yeah, I think all the DLCs included. That's pretty dope. That's not bad. Vermintide 2 is a lot of fun. Vermintide 2 is a lot. This is their sell they got going on. Vermintide 1, $3. Vermintide 2, $6. And Vermintide 2 with all the content, DLC content at 20. That's pretty solid, man. It is. And it does look like you were saying, there's an October patch coming out for Halloween. Check it out. This right here. Oh, Sienna's fourth career, the Necromancer. Oh, Jesus. Dang it, ferret. You knew what you were doing here, man. Crap. Let's watch it real quick. Jesus. We're gonna have to go back and play Vermintide too. Oh, that'll probably come here in just a little bit too, dude. Yeah, I'm just waiting on that one. I'll talk about the Darktide stuff in just a second after we watch this.
I know what you're thinking, Sienna. Is this real? Is it a dream? A nightmare? Or perhaps it's true?
She's a fun character to play too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you get overheated and stuff. Yeah. Psych. Yeah, Psych. What's up, dude? Yeah, bro.
Sneak attack. Until next time.
Flipping Skeletors running around, dude.
Well,
Sick, dude.
I suppose it was time for a change.
Nice. That's cool, man. Yo, thanks, Ferret.
Come along, darling.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about
Let's
this.
go save
That's cool.
the world.
Yeah, so like just in time for Halloween, that's appropriate. Now, yeah, Vermintide 2, which we've played here in the channel a little bit. It was a lot of fun, man. I enjoyed the game. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play with people, with friendos and stuff. Now, what's weird is that Darktide, wait, let's go back. Let's go back real quick. So, Vermintide 2 being a overall, over 70 almost 74,000 reviews at this point on Steam at 84% positive, right? Then you go look at something like Darktide, which literally is the same exact game just set in the 40K universe instead, and it's a 55% positive. So I mean that's like, dude, almost a 30% difference. You go from like almost almost an 8.5 out of 10 to a 5.5 out of 10 of over 61,000 reviews. You know, um, yeah, we played it a while back. I probably won't dive back into it. There's just too much other stuff to play, but it was a lot of fun. We did play it a while back, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, I guess never say never. If there were enough community members that came around that were like, "Yo, let's play some more Vermintide," then I'd probably be like, "All right, let's play a few weekends of it or something." It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was cool. There's a lot of other games coming up that we got, like community games for weekend stuff, though, man. That I don't know if I would have time to get back into Vermintide. Um, but I think this is the concerning thing. We talk about wanting to see progression and developers do better as they move forward and learn and just get better at their development and everything. And this is definitely a regression here. When this is literally the same exact type of game from Fat Shark as the Vermintide games were. Vermintide 1 and 2, pretty solid games. And then you get into Darktide, which is the same exact type of game, just set in a different universe, and they botched it apparently. And I mean, bad story. I heard a lot of bad stuff about the transactions in this game. Like they're just trying to suck money out of people. The other games always had transaction shop stuff in them, which was, in my opinion, overpriced. But I think the good parts of the game outweighed what people thought about that. Maps and mission boards sucks. Classes suck. Good parts were the atmosphere, combat. Um, Basically everything else that this person's saying is bad, and they spent 143 hours on record. The review came in at 141 hours into this game, and they've had extensive time in Vermintide 2 as well. I don't know, man. It feels bad. It feels bad to see a developer do something which they're very familiar with and um, do it so horribly. Apparently, that's not a good look, dude. Not a good look. But if you guys are interested in taking a further look at what might have gone wrong here, review wise or just the sell that's going on here for the Fat Shark stuff. There you go. Psych, what are you up to today, man? You just getting all prepared for the new gig, dude? Mimi Games, the developer behind Desperados and Shadow Tactics, is shutting down. We'll continue to support Shadow Gambit, the Cursed Crew. Wait, what? Oh, dude, this game is killing it right now, too. I forgot that they're the ones that make Shadow Gambit also. Yo, check this out. This game is 94% positive. This game just released on the 17th of August, and this studio is shutting down now. In an official blog post entitled Mimimi's Final Game, co-founders Dominic Abe and Johannes Roth stated, after the release of Shadow Gambit, we decided it was the right time to prioritize our well-being and pull the brakes instead of signing up for another multi-year production cycle. Oh, sick, dude. Yo, that's great news, Psych. Going for a haircut? Wait. What are we talking here? A trim? Or what, dude? You going in to look flippin' drippy tomorrow, dude? New job? Not a man bun. Well, Sykes had long hair for a long time, but didn't you cut quite a bit of it off not too long ago, dude? Or was that just the beard? I thought you cut an amount of it off. Not like all of it or anything, but Sykes had long hair for a long time. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see any head banging at the Metallica concert, you know. That's what. Okay. So you did cut it all. You cut it all. Oh, okay, yeah. I couldn't remember. I thought you cut some of it, but I couldn't remember if you cut it all. Yeah. Word. Does it feel good having it all gone, dude? It's less work, that's for sure. All right, fair. Yeah. Yeah, but you miss it. Yeah, it's less work, but yeah. That's the thing for me too. Is like that's why I won't grow a beard right now because the hair is too much work. I don't want to have to deal with the beard and the hair at the same time. You know, kind of found out how many hated it when I had it. Yeah, I look better with short hair, dude, for sure. But I mean, I like having long hair. Longer. It's not real long right now, but I've still got a ways to go to get it where I want it. Once I get it as long, because I want it to be able to like sit on my shoulders. You know what I mean? That's where I want it. I don't want it longer than that, really. They're just jelly, yeah, dude. Yeah, I want it to just like kind of rest on my shoulders is where I want it all. And once I get it all down to that point, if I decide that I don't really dig it anymore, I'll get rid of it. But I don't know. I think I look better with shorter hair, but that's not really the point of it. That's not really the point. But that's why I won't grow a beard right now, dog. It's too much work, man. The long hair is a lot of work. It's just maintenance and stuff, dude. And beards are the same way, unless you just want it to look ragged and gross. And I don't want my beard to look ragged and gross, and it takes too much time, dude. So, combing it, and putting oils in it, maintaining it, shaping it, and stuff. I just don't want to deal with the beard while I've got long hair for sure. So, I don't know. But what usually happens is I get lazy. I get lazy and I quit trimming, and then all of a sudden I've got a beard. So who knows, dude? I might end up with a beard with long hair. We'll see. While that does seem to be the end of the road for the new games or projects, co-founders are committed to supporting the studio's latest game with a patch across all platforms and have a big content drop planned for later this year for Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew. German studio Mimimi Games is based in Munich and began life making a making Da Vinci an iOS game before moving to PC and console with games like The Last Tinker, City of Colors, and Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun. Notable game right there. As for what's next, Mimi Games will start slowly ramping down the studio over the next few months. Had let its team know before going public with the announcement. The studio will help support the team of devs, find them new positions at other studios where possible. Also, due to the success of Shadow Gambit, the Cursed Crew, the studio was able to pay out a financial bonus to the team. Co-founders Abe and Roth ended by thanking the fans of the games they made, but also saying that while we don't know what the future will hold for both of us, still love video games. So while it might be the end of Mimi Games for now, maybe it won't be the last we hear of Abe and Roth in video game development. Oh, okay. Yeah, Psych. Yo, be safe, dude. Go get that freshness, baby. We'll see you in a little bit, dude. Interesting, man. Yeah, I knew this game was killing right now. People are really enjoying this game a lot. And it's kind of wild to see just, I mean, right after release, too. Oh, not even 2 weeks yet after release. And studio is shutting down. That's wild, dude. Crazy. All right. Yeah, 7 Days to Die coming to PS5. This is so weird. A game that is still considered early access and still pushing out alpha patches 10 years after its release almost. So, I mean, 7 Days to Die coming to PS5, release date, speculation, details, and more. 7 Days to Die has been around for nearly 10 years now. Although the developers still have the game in early access and call each big update an alpha update, there are many who are playing the game. Rather than wait on an official release date, there are many playing 7 Days to Die now due to the fact they think it's a survival game done right. 7 Days to Die is primarily played on PC, but there has been a couple of console releases in the past. As of the latest developer update, it looks like 7 Days to Die is coming to the PS5. With that in mind, we have all the information about the PS5 release for 7 Days to Die. We'll tell you if the console release is coming in the Alpha 21 update, what to expect, and more. When is it coming to PS5? So yeah, they do give regular updates to the community. The developers confirmed that 7 Days to Die is coming on the PS5 and had gameplay footage of the game running on the PS5. In the footage, the PS5 version of the game is running on Alpha 21 build, so 7 Days to Die on the PS5 could come out with the Alpha 21 build of the game. More likely that the PS5 release will happen with Alpha 22. Seems like the developers want the PS5 version to launch on the newest update possible, so an Alpha 21 launch might not happen for the PS5 version of the game. That could mean that 7 Days to Die comes out in 2024. Okay. So no definitive date yet, but we'll probably find out sometime soon. Yeah. I mean, we played the game not too long ago, and shout out to Psych actually gave me a copy of this game. It's got cool things about it. It's also still feels super janky, dude, on PC. There was a lot of jankness to this game, dude. So I don't know. It's got pros. It's definitely got cons for me as well. I think it's weird this game is still hanging out in early access 10 years later. That's something that's really, really odd to me. I'm not a big fan of that. I think early access is a very, very great thing for a lot of developers, but to lean on it as an early access thing for the entirety lifespan of a game is weird. I'm not a big fan of that. There needs to be a point where the base game's done. You say this game's finished, and now we are in the mode of creating additional content, and these are no longer like alpha or beta patches or whatever. These are patches to assist in adding content and fixing up the main game, adding content, all that kind of stuff. It's weird to see games be in early access for 10 years, man. It's odd. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster delayed beyond 2023. Weird by Konami here. Konami has announced that the upcoming Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster collection has been delayed beyond 2023. In a tweet, The publisher said that despite developers' very best efforts, additional time will be needed to make sure that the remasters have the quality, performance, and gameplay experience players deserve. As a result, the games won't be launching this year anymore, and we don't have a more specific release date or release window either. Konami says it will share more info about the new release window as soon as it's available via Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remasters official social media channels and its website. Yeah, the collection was revealed in September of last year. Will once again tell the stories of two young men caught up in a large-scale war while being chosen to wield devastatingly destructive runes. That's basically what you need to know, I guess. Indefinitely delayed beyond 2023. They didn't even say it'll come out sometime in 2024. They just said delayed beyond 2023. That's all they said. So indefinitely basically is what you need to know here. Whenever we get more information on this front, we'll hit on it. GOG Autumn Sale, save big on games for fall. Summer may be ending, but the fun doesn't have to stop as Good Old Games kicks off the fall season with an exciting autumn sale. With discounts of up to 90% off, you can indulge in a wide variety of excellent games without breaking the bank. Running until September 11th, this sale includes over 4,000 games that are sure to satisfy every gamer's preference. So, if you didn't know, Good Old Games is actually owned by CDPR, the developer, the video game developer CDPR. One of the other things that's great about GOG is that it is DRM free, which means that with most other major platforms, you need to connect to the servers. You have to have connectivity and connect to the servers before you can play any of the games, even if they're installed and downloaded already on your device. GOG is not the same. They don't include DRM. And this is one of the big things they promote about their platform. So it is one of the better platforms to own your single player games on. As if you own a single player game that doesn't require connectivity naturally for any of its gameplay elements, then as long as you have that game downloaded and installed already, if you don't have connectivity or whatever, you can just play the game. Like, say you have a laptop or whatever, you're on the go a lot, you don't have, connectivity all the time or whatever, then you have GOG on that laptop or whatever, and you have like some nice single player titles, and you have them downloaded and installed before you go out on a trip or whatever, then you don't have to worry about having connectivity to play those games. You just boot them up and start them whenever. Doesn't matter. You don't need to connect to GOG servers for them to verify that your account is your account and that you actually own those keys to those games or whatever. It's really nice. And so it is one of the better platforms to own single player games on because they don't incorporate DRM. So some of the highly acclaimed titles on sale include Cyberpunk, Disco Elysium, The Final Cut, and Dredge. Look, Disco Elysium, an absolute banger. Played it last year. And Dredge is a great game as well. Played it. Did we play at the beginning of this year, I think? Even the beloved Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 Enhanced Editions are part of this sale, offering the perfect opportunity for fans of Baldur's Gate 3 to experience the earlier installments of the series. As an added bonus, you can even get Hero of the Kingdom 2 for free. Whether you're a fan of action-packed adventures, thought-provoking narratives, or thrilling RPGs, the GOG Autumn Sale has something for everyone. Take a look at a few of the standout deals below. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition for 67% off. It's still $50. Disco Elysium, The Final Cut at 75% off. Wait, what? No way, dude. That can't be right. That can't be right. Hold on. Disco Elysium is normally $40. They got the prices wrong in these, dude. They got the prices wrong in these. They're showing the full price without the discount. So the prices in this article are wrong. They're showing the actual. They're not showing the discounted price. Disco Elysium is going to be roughly like $10, dude. That's how much Disco Elysium normally is when it goes on sale. And so all of these are. This is the full price. you would take 70% off of this. They screwed up in this article. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, yeah, 70% off. Normally, the complete edition you normally get on sale for roughly $10. That's what this is going to be. To explore the full list of discounted games and take advantage of these incredible deals, visit GOG's main autumn sale page. Don't miss out on the chance to enhance your gaming library this fall. Amazon apparently does still have their sale going on right now for console games as well. Don't forget about that. Go take a look. Amazon has a rare buy one, get one free sale right now. So you can actually go, and they've got a ton of games that are on sale. So normally they do a buy two, get one free sale. Right now they're doing a buy one, get one free sale. So if you're in the market for getting any games off of Amazon right now, like console games, then it's a really, really great time to go take a look at Amazon and see if there are any of those games you're in the market for, because you can potentially get one for free off of just buying one game, okay? But I'll bring GOG up real quick. I'll link this for you first. They need to fix this website, update those prices. But I've got the desktop app installed, so I'm just going to bring up GOG real quick. Come on, baby. Show you the sale they got going on. Go to the homepage of the store. You see Fallout. So autumn sale right now, right? That's what they're showing off right here. You've got Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition, $10. Cool. Sorry, guys. Cyberpunk, $30. That's Phantom Liberty, right? That's the new DLC coming out. Dredge is $20. Return to Monkey Island's $18. Then you show all this. Amnesia the Bunker is $21 right now. Plague Tale Requiem is 50% off at $25. No Man's Sky is $30. What else we got, man? Here's a free game right here. Giveaway. Hero of the Kingdom 2. Yeah. Free game also. That's cool. Yakuza the Complete Series at 50% off. So $55 for that. There's going to be all kinds of stuff on sale here, man. All kinds of stuff. So take a look. See what you might be able to grab here. Again, this is a great platform because of the DRM free aspect of it. All right. So you don't end up having to deal with the connectivity of them having to ensure that you know, verifying your account on the servers or anything before you play the single player games, as long as you've already got them downloaded and installed. So go take a look at GOG. Great platform. It's really good. Glassbreakers is the new multiplayer VR title from a Moss developer, pitting players against each other in its fantasy land. This is a spin-off of Polyarch's supremely successful debut series, and it pits players against each other in a live multiplayer VR battle fighting game with characters from Moss. Similar to a standard multiplayer online battle arena, but in this instance, the opponents are physically present in the match with their reader avatars. Check it out in action in the developer showcase below. How long is this? This is an almost hour-long showcase. I'm not going to sit here and watch all this, but readers are the manifestation of the player in the world of Moss. They're able to interact with this environment and characters through the magical fiction. Using a maximum of 3 champions from the fantasy land, the player will aim to take out the enemy's glass idol and defend their own from attacks. Polyarch described it as a live service 1v1 real-time battler, and as the players are able to see each other, they can see the moves that their opponent might be queuing up. It will include a season pass. Any paid content will be cosmetic only, and it will be generous with its currencies, Polyarch said. Additionally, more and more champions will arrive in the game with seasonal releases. Glass Breakers is unique because your opponent is sitting directly across from you, design director Chris Barossa said in the showcase. You have the ability to see all their moves and strategy in real time. This allows you to decide, do you want to counter what they're doing or attack with your own strategy, force them to react to you. It's available in early access on the MetaQuest 2. Polyarc detailed its intentions to take it to other platforms like Steam and PSVR 2, as well as crossplay in the future. All right. If you're interested, this has a roughly 52-minute video showcasing the game. That's just too long for the news segment, man. So take a look if you're interested. Okay, basically what you need to know is we're going to be watching a Nintendo Direct tomorrow morning after the news segment. 9 o'clock a.m. our time. So North American time zones, it's going to be like 9 o'clock our time here. Where does it actually show this at? 7 a.m. Pacific time and 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock our time. Okay, so we'll watch it tomorrow. I'll keep it up. That way I remember that we're going to watch that tomorrow. Diablo 4 gives its first major discount 3 months after launch, and it's a big one. Up to 25% on all editions of the action RPG. If you've been holding out for a sale before diving into D4, you didn't have to wait very long. The action RPG has just gotten a major discount across all platforms, less than 3 months after launch. This sale runs until the 5th of September, promises discounts of up to 25% off, according to a press release. It's not live on consoles yet, but over on Battle.net, you can pick up the standard edition of D4 for $54.59. That's 22% off. If you want an upgrade, you can pick up the Digital Deluxe Edition for $72. That's 20% off. Or the Ultimate Edition at $75, which was previously $100. While there might have been an obscure discount on a physical console version of D4 at some point, if only through retailer-specific deals, this is certainly the biggest official sale the game's seen, and it's coming just under 3 months after the RPG's release. Yeah, the sale comes alongside another promotion which we hit on yesterday, which runs through September 5th, which lets players earn 25% more gold and experience to help ease the grind a bit. So if you're interested, you can go feed the greed beast that is Blizzard and buy into Diablo at a bit of a discount there. Sea of Stars. Let's see how Sea of Stars is doing. 88 on Metascore right now. Nice, dude. Pretty good. Pretty good. 90 on PS5. 90 on the Xbox Series X. Let's look at it on Steam real quick. 91% across the board, dude. This game is looking really, really good right now, man. It's also got a 10% off right now, $31.49 for the game. It's looking pretty good right now, guys. From what I understand, this is basically a modern take on retro RPGs. Think something like Chrono Trigger, something like that. But it's a fairly fleshed out, fairly deep RPG. And obviously it's got that retro inspired look to it and everything. But people are pretty hyped about this. They have been, and it appears to be doing very well so far. People are enjoying it quite a bit. We'll continue to look at it in the following days as we move forward with the new stuff, as we get more. There's only over 600 reviews right now, which that's a solid amount of reviews after the release of August 28th, 2 days ago. And for Metacritic, 6 critic reviews on Xbox, 31 critic reviews on PC, have it at an 88. That is a substantial score right there. That's really, really, really flipping good. So this is probably going to be, if you enjoy retro-styled RPGs, especially if you're an old-school RPG player, this is probably going to be a very notable experience for you. So far, that's what it's looking like anyways. We'll continue to watch it and see how it does, and maybe take a deeper look at a dedicated review of it in the coming days, okay? Looking pretty solid, though. Here you go. Mm. Mm. Interesting. That's no. IMPD recovers three. So this isn't necessarily video gaming news, okay? But we kept seeing where stuff kept coming up in the news where $300,000 worth of TCG stuff had been stolen out of Gen Con. And now it appears that the merchandise has been recovered. And I wanted to touch on this real quick. So, Indianapolis, IMPD said Tuesday that $300,000 worth of gaming cards stolen at Gen Con were located and recovered. Shut your mouth. A release said New York State Police assisted in confiscating the cards, and they are in the process of being returned to Indianapolis as evidence. IMPD said it expects charges to be filed with the Marion County Prosecutor's Office in the near future. In a previous post on social media, the department said detectives have been in contact with the attorneys for two persons of interest. According to IMPD, the two persons of interest in the theft acquired a pallet jack and removed one pallet of Magic the Gathering gaming cards. The theft allegedly occurred on August 1st, before the opening of the day's events at Gen Con at the Indiana Convention Center, when vendors were setting up displays. The men allegedly took the gaming cards to an unknown location. Yeah. So apparently they've tracked these cards down and these individuals, it looks like. Good. Good. Yeah, we kind of looked at this. We looked at this. Let's look at this on Steam real quick too. Again, Wrestler Quest is a game that I was planning on potentially playing. It on release was not doing very well, review wise. It's at a 73% right now of 100 user reviews, which means it has definitely trended up since release. On release, it was mixed. It was like at about a 40 to 50%, but it was a low data point. The number of reviews that were there were minimal, but that's still concerning, and I wanted to wait till we saw a little bit more. It's trending up, which is good, 73%, and you can see on Metacritic, PC's at a 69 kappa and a 7.6 user, which is decent. It's decent. It's definitely trended up a little bit, which is solid. We'll continue to look at it and watch it as we move forward and see how it is and see if we end up finding a little bit of time where we might want to try to dive into it. I'm still interested in it. It looks like a fun, quirky little title to try out, so we'll see what happens there. That's basically it, man. That's the news. This is the only other thing we have up. This is Nintendo Direct that'll be happening tomorrow. I'll keep this up to make sure that we dive into this tomorrow after the news, okay? That is our news segment for today, August 30th, guys. I really appreciate it. As always, good stuff. A lot of great stuff to cover to keep us up to date with what's going on in the industry. And now we're going to go play some games. We've got day 16. Is that what we're at? Dude, I think that's what we're at. Day 16, and it's random mode time. Let's go. Perfect timing. Let's go. All right, dude. Rude. Jesus. Yeah, day 16 of Fallout New Vegas, man. So that's what we're going to do today. We finished up Blasphemous 2 yesterday, and the game was a banger. Highly recommend if you like Metroidvanias that you go take a look at both Blasphemous 1, if you haven't played that, and Blasphemous 2. Very, very, very good games. But now that we're finished with Blasphemous 2, we're going to play Fallout New Vegas today, tomorrow, and Friday before I take a bit of a vacation for the weekend and Monday. So no live streaming content Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. That is outside of the norm. I don't normally do that, but end of summer kind of thing I'm doing. And so I won't be live Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Just be prepared for that, okay? If anybody's been able to hang out today, check out the video gaming news content live today, or maybe if anybody's getting to check it out later on as a VOD, either on the Twitch channel or the YouTube channel, then just know that all the previous video gaming news segments and all of the gameplay content, which always comes directly after video gaming news, all of that is always put out on both of these channels for us on the YouTube and the Twitch channel, as they're put into playlists and they're highlighted out into their particular segments, and we've also got crazy wild clips and highlights and stuff like that that are out there for everybody to take a look at that are fun. So if you're enjoying the content, come hang out with us, man. We're always having a fun time. We've got a community full of amazing people here, and we're always looking for more good people that are, that love the video gaming industry and love video games to come be a part of what we do. So other than that, happy Wednesday. Stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for August 31st edition of Video Gaming News. All right.